Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Steve with LRM Leasing. I just want to say that we get tons of questions on my YouTube channel, and every once in a while I love to answer them because my main goal is to save you guys some money. So by doing that, let's jump right into some of the questions that I have here so we get this ball rolling. First one, just to get right into it, transmission, getting low air pressure on the dash. I know he says when he's going uphill, but I've also heard that when they hear or see on the dash, it says low air pressure for transmission. So the first thing you really need to do is walk around the truck. 90% of the time, what you're finding is it's an air leak. It could be an airbag, an airline. So that's the first thing I would do. Check to see if you have any air leaks. If you don't hear it, the next thing I would do is also use soap and water, spray it down. Now, talking about that, I did leave in the previous video about air leaks and how to look for them. I suggest that you go check that out. One of my videos is how to look for an air leak. But needless to say, you need to look for an air leak around the truck. Now, if you don't find an air leak and it's not there, the next part I would probably be paying a little bit close attention would be the air tank for the transmission. Now, this was a message that was left for a Freightliner cascaded with a DT12 transmission. So I just want to make sure that you guys knew that it will come up there when you see your air pressure below 100 PSI, and then it will indicate on the dash that the transmission has low air pressure. And just remember, look for any air leaks. That's the first step to do, and that should resolve your problem. Now, the next question I've run across is wanting to know where the fuse is located for after treatment. So it's going to be on the driver's side. You would open up the hood. It's going to be right up on the firewall. I wish I had a truck here to show you. I just don't. All I can tell you is if you open up the hood and you're at the driver side steer tire and you look right to the wall, you'll see a panel. Open it up. It will say DPF. Check that fuse first. Jake brakes. So I'm looking at it. Jake brakes only works when he puts it in cruise control, or she. What I would do first is sometimes it could be a programming. Step on the brake pedal first, and majority of the time the Jake brakes will kick in. Now, if that doesn't work, and it only works on cruise control, and you step on the brakes and it doesn't engage, and the programming's fine, then I would start looking at some wiring issues or a sensor problem at that point. That's the only best advice I would have for Jake brakes, but I usually find it with a programming situation where they can just change it where you don't have to step on the brakes. But if you step on the brakes and it engages, then that's just the way your truck was programmed. Now, the last one I have is a gentleman was replacing a fuel water separator on his truck. So what I want to do is I want to open up a hood. I'm going to show you what usually is the problem, and then hopefully that will fix the problem. So what I want to do is we have a Freightliner Cascade over here. If you give me a second, we'll cut this part out and go back over there so it'll be really quick, open the hood and show you what I'm talking about. All right guys, so now we're back to the truck that we're gonna talk about one of the questions about a fuel water separator. This gentleman or lady has installed a fuel water separator, which I have right here. So he says that when he fills it, or she says that she fills it up and the fuel starts going down and not staying back up with fuel. So what happens is we are getting air in the fuel system. And if we cause the problem, just remember that's where we want to start. The first thing I would want to do is the top cap, make sure the O-ring is not broken, pinched, where it allows air to come through. If that part's fine, you're gonna have to take the big collar off again and make sure it's clean, no debris, not cracked, broken, or pinched, because that's where you're gonna get air coming through, and that's why the fuel's going down. Now, once everything looks good, the fuel will naturally come down right about here because you don't want it all the way up. If you want it all the way up, then we have a problem. And if you notice on the line on the fuel water separator, it says to replace the filter. So you do want it to drop, but not disappear, and then you'd be good. If it disappears, that's where you need to recheck, make sure all your seals are good, lubricated, not cracked, broken, because at that point you're sucking in air. I'm hoping that this would help and get you back on the road, and just be careful when you put in fuel filters. They're still super simple, saves you money when you guys do it. So just keep the area clean and put it on. That's all I can tell you. I'm hoping that this would help. All right, guys. I hope that everything that I talked today and the questions that came through was very helpful. This is why it's very important for you guys to send those comments in. This is where I love to help you guys out to save the money, the moolah, the quam, as we call it. And again, if you like what you saw, please don't forget, can't even speak today, the like button. And then the other thing is, for more content and also leaving me questions, don't forget to subscribe. I would love to help you guys. See you guys at the next video. Ka-chow.